Welcome to the Start from Scratch podcast show. I'm your host, Troy Williams. This is pod 156. It's been a while since you guys last heard from me. I don't even think I did a podcast all this month, and we're in November. I think last time I talked to you guys, it was for sure October. This is what I recall. Now we are in November. We're in November, man. Pod 156. You guys know what to do at this point, right? You guys know what to do. You just do it. Just go ahead and do it. Follow us on Instagram. Start from Scratch Podcast. Hey, I'm not rusty. I'm still good at this. Start from Scratch Podcast. All one word. That's the Instagram page. We'll talk about it later. Why you need to follow that page. It's very important right now today. But go follow that page. Start from Scratch Podcast. All one word. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, because I tweet sometimes. I do tweet sometimes at original_TB. Don't ask me what TB stands for. I created that nickname a long time ago. We're not going to get into it. But yeah, we're back, man. We're back. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. We appreciate your service. Hey, man, take the day off. That's what everyone's been saying. Take the day off, chill, relax. It's your day. Happy Veterans Day to all the retired soldiers, current soldiers, former soldiers, whatever. Army, Navy, Marines, SEAL Team 4, whatever. I don't know. All of them out there. Happy Veterans Day. And happy Veterans Day. What else is going on? Am I missing any other days right now? I don't think so. No, that's it. So we're back, man. We're back. And I took a week. It feels like a month, but I think I took a week off. And we'll just get some stuff straight. If you're watching on YouTube, you see the new background. The price just went up. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. The price just went up. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you see the background. You know, got this little city. I don't even know, like a city, like a skyscraper. It's a shot from the bottom, looking up at the skyscraper. So I think it looks cool. Man. I think it looks cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I was tired of people saying, you need to get a background for your show. Shut up. You need to get a background. But no, I do like it. I like the suggestions, I like the criticism or whatever, the critiques. So I got the new background. It looks great. I got some people saying they love it already. So yeah, here we are, man. So what did I miss? What did I miss in that week I was gone? Apparently everything went on. Everything. It didn't get better. That's for sure. Things just got worse. But I'm not going to be a Debbie. I'm not going to be a negative Nancy. But what did I do? First things first. I don't think I've talked to you guys since I did this. But I remember I told you guys I got that song that won everything for my sister's movie, Mahogany's Revelation, that comes out early next year. Right? I told you guys about that. I released a song earlier this month, or last month, not this month. We're in November. I think we released it in September, the song itself, and then I just did a video a couple weeks ago. Literally, me and my friend Sherry. We shout out to Sherry. I told her, we needed this video, because my sister, like I said, she's doing this film. She's submitting it to all these festivals and these independent film festivals. And I was like, she needs, and she wants to submit the video to the song with her movie. And the whole time I was just racking my brain. I can't talk. What is going on with me? Okay. But the whole time I was just like brainstorming about ideas for the video, and I kept getting this, a church kept popping up. And so the original idea was we were going to go, hopefully you guys have seen the video by now. If not, it's on the Start from Scratch YouTube page, which you can subscribe to as well. Start from Scratch Podcast, all one word. The original idea was to go to like all these different churches and get shots of me rapping at all these different church locations and somehow tie it all together. But eventually we just settled on one, which was the smart idea. So we woke up Saturday morning at like 7, and the church that we ended up shooting at is not too far from where I live, and we shot it. We got our iPhones, played the music on our phones, shot it with our phones, did it, and like we shot all the footage in probably about an hour, about an hour. It couldn't have been longer than that. It could not have been longer than that. It was about an hour. And so right after we shot the footage, went back home, and we just edited the footage and everything all that same day. I say the whole process itself took 4 hours. So from the time we started shooting to let's say we start shooting at 7, by I want to say around noon, I was done. I was, putting the footage on iMovie, putting the sound to the video, all that stuff. 4 hours. It was amazing. It was amazing. So yeah, They Want Everything. Go check it out on YouTube. Troy Williams, They Want Everything. You can search it that way, or like I said, just subscribe to the Start From Scratch podcast, and the video is up there. Got some views. It's early, still early in the game. But no, I mean, it was surprising how fast we did that. So I said, shout out to Sherry for shooting that, and we're just gonna keep on creating stuff and keep it going. What else you want me to do? What else do you want me to do in 2021? So we did that. I did that. We did that. They Want Everything video. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, I told you guys. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So I remember maybe it was last podcast. It could have been. I told you guys my leg was killing me, and I wanted to go to the doctor to get it checked out. Right? Cool. I have insurance. I should be able to do that, right? So I did. I made an appointment. Oh man! So I made an appointment. It was a Monday. It was right after the weekend. It was Monday, and I had an appointment for 9:00. For some reason I wanted to schedule it so early in the day, but whatever. So I get there at 9, whatever. Did they do the normal stuff, whatever, blood pressure, blah 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 blah, ask you questions, stuff like that, whatever. So like I said, the pain was in my right leg, my thigh, inner thigh, knee kind of area. Everything's just hurting at this point, right? So I'm going to the doctor expecting some answers or some solutions. I mean, at least diagnose me, doc. Which he did. So I get there. They're asking me, I'm not gonna say the doctor's name, but he's asking me like, where's the pain? What's going on? I'm telling him, I've been working out, I've been playing ball, kind of sometimes both in one day, 5 to 6 days a week. I mean, I know I'm doing too much, but can't stop, won't stop, bad boy, baby. Shout out to P. Diddy, right? So he's like, okay, why don't you lay down on the table? I lay down on the table, and he's like, does it hurt here? He starts doing all this stuff. Does it hurt here? Hurt here? I'm like, yeah, it hurts there. When I do this movement, blah 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 blah. And he's like, and so like this whole process. I mean, keep in mind this whole checkup thing we did from the time I started actually talking to the doctor about my injury until the time I left took like 10 minutes or 12. I'll say 15 just to whatever, just to inflate the numbers or whatever. But I'll say the whole process took about 15 minutes, and most of the time he was asking me questions. But I'll continue. So he's feeling on my leg, not in that kind of way, but he's like, does this hurt? Does this hurt? I'm like, yeah, oh no, yeah, oh yeah, right here when I move. Okay. He's like, well, thank you. Strained the hip flexor muscle. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't really think that's what it is. It feels like it could be something more, but I trust your opinion. So yeah, what do we do? So not that. Here's the thing. I wasn't expecting like some miraculous, I don't know, some evaluation on what I should do and what I need to do going forward. But he's like, well, we have two options. You can do some of these stretches that you need to do, because he literally just went online. He was like, okay, so it looks like you strained a hip. He's like, sound like you strained a hip flexor muscle. Let me let me go into our database and see if I can get you some hip flexor exercises, whatever, right? And so he's like looking for like a couple minutes, and he's like, I can't seem to find anything. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I could find something on YouTube. Like, don't, you know, what's just 2021. Don't waste your time. He's like, no, I got it. I have a friend who's a sports physician, and he has some good stuff. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So he prints out this thing about some hip flexor stretches. He printed it straight right there in the office from the computer printer machine. He prints out like 5 pages, staples them together. He's like, here, go home and do these. And then he's like, oh, and I'm gonna also give you a prescription for some like some ibuprofen, like the 400 milligram stuff or whatever. I'm like, cool, all right, thanks, doc. Whole thing takes 15 minutes. And also he's like, you need to take a couple weeks off. I haven't listened. I refuse. I'm I do what I want to do. Have I pulled back a little bit? Yeah, for sure. But have I stopped completely? No. So, but he was like, you got to cool off for like 2 weeks. I can't do that. You know what I mean? But whatever. But I've cooled off. I've slowed down a little bit. And so, like I said, that was on the 1st. Yeah, that was on November 1st. Today's the 11th. That was on November 1st. So I'm thinking I should be good, right? I should be good to go. Okay, and he's also like, we'll check back in a couple weeks. We'll check back in a couple weeks. I'm like, all right, cool, we can do that. Whatever you want to do, doc. Whatever you say, let's do it. So I get the ibuprofen, and so I take that now, and it does help with the pain. I'm not gonna lie, that does help with the pain. So I take those maybe every couple days. I might take one just if the pain's getting too bad or whatever. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, cool, we're good. Last night or a couple nights ago, wake up in the morning. I do what most people probably do. Since we all got phones and everything, I get my phone. I open phone, check my emails. What do we have here? A bill from Sutter Health. That's my hospital or whatever that I would go to. A bill from Sutter Health, the hospital I went to get my leg checked out. I'm like, okay, well, they sent me a bill. Well, I got insurance or whatever. It can't be too crazy. I mean, all they did was give me some Advil, right? Wrong. I opened this email. They sent me a bill for $533. And I'm like, excuse me? Oh, man. What? $533 for a 15-minute checkup. Where basically he handed me a piece of paper with some stretches and sent out a prescription for some Advil that I could have just went to the store and got myself. Whoa, wow. $533, guys. So I'm like, wait, I have insurance because I was with a previous employer before, but I've gone to the doctor before for similar type of checkups because I'm, whether injury to, whether it's pain in my arm or leg, whatever. I've gone to the hospital and been like, yo, so what's, and I might have paid like a $40 a copay or $20 copay, but get in and get out, I don't get a bill done. Obviously, the insurance was better there, or at least my plan was better at the time. But I'm thinking this little checkup here should be covered, like whatever. But that's not how insurance works. So, and like I said, I haven't been to the hospital in a very long time, which is a good thing. And so I'm like, so what's going on here? So I go online. I'm like, look at my insurance plan. And I'm like, what's happening here? Clearly, I have my deductible. I have a deductible on my plan pretty much. I have a $1,400 deductible, which pretty much means if I do not crash that threshold of $1,400, I got to pay out of pocket. Okay, because if I cross that $1,400 limit, if I hit the deductible, my insurance will cover 80% of the cost. But if I don't hit that limit, I am going way too long about this because I got upset about it. If I don't hit that limit, okay, I got to pay it out of pocket. So fortunately, I do have an HSA savings account where I can use that funds to cover this expense. But man, what the hell is insurance for, man? What the hell? What? I mean, like, it was just shocking. Like, I get how insurance works, so I'm not going to rant too much about that, about how America healthcare system sucks. I can go all day about that. I'm sure you can as well. But I was just like, for 15 minutes, $530, and you didn't even do anything. It wasn't like he said, "Oh, let's get a good look at that leg, Troy. Pull your pants down." I didn't even get none of that. I didn't even. Yeah, he was touching me through the clothes. Yeah, you know what I mean. And he didn't get in there. He didn't get in there. How are we going to get? Okay, we didn't do no X-rays. He didn't even wipe me down. I don't even know what that means. Wipe me down. Oh man, I'm done. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. It's not going to do it. It was just ridiculous. So yeah, $530 for. Look, man, you know what I'm thinking. I've. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm thinking. I've had way better times for less. That's all I'm saying. $530 for 15 minutes. That's a scam, man. The medical system in America is just one big scam. That's just ridiculous. Like, as a doctor, I'd be like, I'd be like, hey, if I was a doctor, I'd be like, hey, don't charge him. I just touched his leg and sent him with some ibuprofen. No, we're not doing that with him. But no, don't put that on there. No, I mean, because that's just ridiculous. $530 for 15 minutes. Then they tell me I have high blood pressure. So I just went there to get some bad news and some ibuprofen. Thanks. God. I'm moving on, guys. I'm moving on from that. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, guys. Oh man, that's what this whole thing's been about. That's what I've been up to last couple of weeks. So yeah. Music video and leg injury. That's all I've been doing, man. That's all I've been doing. Let's see, and then and then they got this whole look. So what on Sunday, daylight savings time. So we lost an hour. So now it gets dark sooner, and we have more daytime in the morning, which I could care less about. I could care less about me having more daylight because it gets because the sun comes out at 6 as opposed to 7. Who cares? What I do like is a longer evening with more sunlight. I like more sunlight evening. All I'm saying, and you want to hear another scam? Daylight savings time. I don't know what the scam's about, but it sucks. It sucks. And ever since the daylight saving time, I've been feeling tired, man. I'm so bad. I've been feeling tired. I don't know what it is. I'm just like exhausted all the time now. Ever since daylight saving time, I'm just like, no, man. I just get tired throughout the day like that. I don't know what it is, man. Daylight saving time is not the business. I'm not messing with it, man. I'm not messing with daylight saving time. So yeah, no. So F you, daylight savings time. It's a waste of time. Waste of my time. Look, before I go on to anything else and start ranting about anything else, check this out. This is why you have to follow the Start From Scratch podcast Instagram page. You should follow all the things. Follow the YouTube and subscribe, but follow the IG page because I'm announcing the Sauce Playoffs. What the Sauce Playoffs is, if you're wondering, is we have I don't know if you've heard of what you call it, March Madness. So yeah, it's not the Sauce Playoffs. It's Sauce Madness. I butchered that. I really did. So let me redo that. The Sauce Madness. There we go. We got it now. Okay. There we go. We're good now. We're good. So basically what the Sauce Madness is we got an NCAA type of bracket like they would do in March Madness. And we got what? Or what do we got here? We got, Jesus Christ, I can't see anything. We got 16 sauces. 16 of the top fast food sauces. Now, how all this got started? The last podcast, what did we do? I was going down my little personal list, right? And I think, what did I have in my top? At least my top 4 were, it wasn't in this order, but barbecue, Wingstop Ranch, McDonald's barbecue, Wingstop ranch, sour cream, and Wendy's honey mustard. That was my top 4 right there. And I got a lot of backlash for that list. It was like, what is this? What do you mean? How, you didn't put Chipotle? You didn't put In-N-Out? You know? So it turned into this whole thing. You didn't put Popeye's Buffalo. It just got out of control. So we have a solution. Sauce Madness. So this week, we're going to be doing a vote for the best sauces. So this week we have the 1 seed versus the 16 seed, and the 9th seed versus the 8th seed. So the 1 seed is going against the 16 seed, and that's going to be Wingstop Ranch versus McDonald's barbecue sauce. Sorry, McDonald's Big Mac sauce. Wingstop Ranch versus McDonald's barbecue sauce. So we're going to do a poll on the IG page so you guys can vote for that. And then the 9th to 8th seed, we have Wendy's honey mustard versus McDonald's honey mustard. So you got to follow the page so you guys can vote. So then we're, like I said, we got 16 sauces to get through. So we're doing 4 a week. Two matchups a week. And so eventually we're going to get down to the final 4. Then we're going to the championship, and then we're going to have a winner. So follow the IG page so you can vote on your favorite sauce, because Sauce Madness is where it's at. That's not the slogan. It's Sauce Madness. Tastiness is king. That's what it is. Just making the stuff up as we go, man. So yeah, we're doing that this week. Okay, let me see that. Let me say that one more time. Wingstop Ranch versus McDonald's Big Mac sauce. Who wins that battle? Okay, and then Wendy's hot mustard, Wendy's honey mustard versus McDonald's honey mustard. So follow the IG page and vote. We're gonna put those up tonight, and you can vote tonight and tomorrow. You should be able to vote tonight and tomorrow. So make sure you follow, guys. It should be fun. Should be cool. Should be interactive, engaging with the audience is what they said I need to do. So I'm doing that. But no, it should be cool. I'm very interested to see. I'm not gonna give all the sauces. I'm not gonna reveal all the sauces we have on the list. Otherwise, you guys would just go ahead and copy and do your own thing. But no. So we have our own bracket. So and like I said, there's 16 total. So we're gonna go down this list, and you're gonna be it's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna be laughing. You're gonna have it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be dope. So so I'm excited. I'm actually excited about that. I really am excited about this. So like I said, make sure you follow the page so you can vote on those things, man. What else is happening, man? What else is going on in these streets? Oh man, let's see. Oh man, you know what? We're just gonna get into it. Like we're getting down to the wire now. Time's flying. Like I said, try to keep it 30 minutes. Let's see what's going on, man. The big thing right now is this whole Travis Scott Astroworld failure. Astroworld Hell is what I want to call it. And so I'm sure you guys know about it by now. Travis Scott had his Astroworld concert in Houston, and 8 people reportedly passed away, unfortunately. And prayers to those family members and friends, and everyone who was injured in the whole thing and killed. Just condolences go out there for that, man. It was literally a terrible thing. It was one of the most awful things I've seen and heard. So yeah, eight people passed away, and then actually today, I guess one of the people who were in a coma, they just announced that they passed away as well. So in a total 9 people passed away at this Astro World concert festival. I don't know what you call this thing, but it's nuts. Look, everyone's going at this guy. And I think right now he's been 58 lawsuits so far against him. Terrible 58 lawsuits, and look, this is going to be in the millions, billions for sure once they get done with it. This thing was a mess. So So all week, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on with this whole situation. There's been videos going around about what was going on there, how it was so packed, so many people. I'm on TikTok, and like literally, it's the only thing people are talking about is this whole Astro World Travis Scott thing and how it felt demonic. It felt like hell. It felt like hell on earth, and it felt like it felt like a ritual, a sacrifice. I get into that kind of stuff. That's my go-to. That's like all that conspiracy theory stuff. Look, I'm here for that stuff. For real. I'm here for that stuff, man. And yeah, so I mean the whole so the whole thing is like, whose fault is it? Whose actual fault is it? And look, you can call it. I mean, look, I'm pretty sure some people are going to say it's not his fault. I mean, we're talking about Travis Scott. It's not his fault, and I don't think it is either. It's definitely not 100% his fault. I mean, he's just an artist. He's just an artist, so I'm not gonna say this is his fault or that this is on him. But I will say this: I seen some footage, and this is not the crucifying, but I did see some footage from like old concerts and previous concerts where like he literally like riles his fans up like this. He like gets them. He's like shouting. He'll be shouting like, "Everyone rush the stage! Everyone rush the stage!" Or I think I saw a video where he was what they call it when you're like crowd. He was like crowd surfing, and somebody took his shoe, and he was like, "That man took my shoe," or "That guy took. You want to take my shoe? F him up! F him up!" And he like was telling his fans and people in the audience to go jump this guy in the middle of one of his shows. So I'm putting all this. I'm gathering all this information on. I'm trying to come up with my own conclusion, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, I definitely don't think it's 100% his fault, right? I don't think it's all on him, but the promoters, everyone's going to have to share some blame for it. It's a terrible situation, man. It's a terrible, terrible situation. And yeah, it's just like, and I was watching this, and like I said, I would never be caught dead at Astroworld. I think he's been doing this for like 3-4 years now, this whole Astroworld thing. I remember when he first started promoting it, I was like, wait, what is this? This looks crazy. I'm not going there. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. It's just too much. It's too much. And I mean, not to make it sound fun, but I saw one tweet or something that was like, someone was like, I never heard a black person say, put on some Travis Scott. And I was like, yeah, I've never done that myself either. Never. I've never been like, yo, throw that Travis Scott on. No. And then when and then like, look, honest, and then like, when you see the aftermath and the people that interviewed after this Astroworld F up, I didn't see a lot of black people there, or at least being interviewed. I saw a lot of other nationalities, but I didn't hear about a lot of black people being there, or at least in the interviews, in the videos I've been seeing. Maybe a couple, and I'm sure they were there. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, man, Travis Scott just never was my vibe. He never was my vibe. Like, honestly, I probably liked a couple songs, and one of them is Sicko Mode. And the only reason I like Sicko Mode is because it cracks me up because Drake is dissing Kanye the whole song. I mean, because I didn't know that at first. When I first heard the song, then one of my friends was like, "You do know he's dissing Kanye in this song?" I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Drake's dissing Kanye in this song?" And then I started hearing then I went down the lyrics. I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious." But anyways, but no, yeah, I never got into Travis Scott like that, and I'm not here to cancel Travis Scott, but I never was into that whole stuff, especially with the Astro stuff. Like, you can't even get me to Coachella. Can't do it. Okay, I won't do it. Can't get me there. Oh, what's the other one? Burning Man. People just go nuts out there. No. Just seems like bad things are going to happen. Just seems like accidents are waiting to happen. Then there was this rumor, which they say is a rumor now, about some guy going around poking people in the neck, injecting them with something, like poking people, injecting people with a needle in their necks with something during the concert. That was the rumor last week, but today one police officers redacted that statement and said no, that was false. Who knows? I think it did happen. I think it did. I mean, look, from the testimonies I've heard And the videos I've seen, that Astroworld stuff looks crazy. I would lose my mind there. It's just no way you can have sane thoughts. It's just too much. It's just way too much. So we'll see what's happening. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is going to take a while, but yeah, apparently he canceled a show in Saudi Arabia, I think. That was for 5.5 million. He was going to get paid 5.5 million. He's canceled that show. It's not a good look for Travis Scott. I mean, and here's the thing: you don't want something like that weighing on your conscience if you're him. And so, but man, it's just look. I'm just gonna say it and be real. To keep my opinion, it seems that his conscience seemed very demonic. Just gonna say it, man. I'm not saying that's who he is or that's what he's about, but his conscience look very, very demonic, man. It doesn't look. He's not doing the Lord's work. I tell you that. Look, man. If 9 people die at your concert, you're not doing the Lord's work. Let's just put it that way. Unless it's an earthquake or some type of natural disaster. He's not doing it. That's just my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. I take it there, man. I take it there sometimes. So, we'll see how this thing plays out. Astro World, Astro failure. Terrible. Just a terrible situation. Outside lands. You won't get the chance to get me out there. Okay, that's in San Francisco. They have the Outside Lands Festival once every year. I think they do it normally in August every year, whatever. But yeah, you won't get. I know there's something in me because I've been invited to these things before. Trust me, I have. I've been invited. I've been in the Bay for a while, and it just never struck me as something I wanted to do. It's just like you're out there for days. No, this is separate from the Travis Scott thing. I don't think that was a multi-day thing, or was it? I think that was just a one-day event, or whatever. But yeah, no, outside with all those people, you're just in the grass and the people around. You don't know what can happen. You know, okay, I've been to concerts before. I mean, just like regular concert, like the Fox Theater or something. Excuse me. And then you're like hanging, you're like on the concert floor, and people are just, you're like like you're around a whole bunch of people, and they're just like all passing around blunts. I did that one time, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing that. Was stupid. That was stupid, Troy. Call me crazy, call me paranoid, but that's how accidents happen. Imagine you're just there because you think everyone's cool, everyone's friendly. It ain't got nothing happened to me that night, and this happened on multiple occasions, not just one. But I'm just using this as an example. You're just random people you don't even know, just passing blunts around, smoking them. How do you know what's in there, right? How do you know? You don't know. You don't know what's in that blunt. You don't know what's in that joint. You don't know what's in that pipe. But everyone's just happy-go-lucky, having a jolly, jolly time. Yeah, so I mean, look. So I mean, will this whole Travis Scott situation change concerts forever? No, I don't think it's gonna get that deep, but it could. I mean, the way they're going at this, I don't see. I don't want to say cancel because that's such a strong word these days. In this media age, canceled means canceled. Okay. So I don't want to just jump to the conclusion that he's going to be canceled, but man, it's going to be hard to say Travis Scott come perform at the VMAs. It's hard to get it's going to be hard to get a pass on that, right? It's going to be hard to say Travis Scott come perform at the American Music Awards. It's going to be hard to get people on board with that. It's going to be hard to get to sign Travis Scott to play at the Grammys. There's so much backlash going on with them now, with this whole situation, So yeah, we'll see how it rolls out. And I'll say, let me say this thing before I get out of here. I was talking to someone else about. I was like, I find it interesting, Kanye with Kim Kardashian, Travis Scott with Kylie Jenner, Remember not similar. In that sense, but remember when Kanye had to cancel his tour, 2016 was it? After he had that meltdown, what's the common factor here? The Kardashians. Look. You know how the conspiracy theory in me go. You know how I get with it. But I'm just saying, like, woo. But now his situation was different. He had like a mental breakdown in the whole thing. But same energy though, kind of. I'm looking at him like, oh, same energy. And then you look at the Travis Scott. You know, you got the whole, and then he with a Kardashian / Jenner too. Something about them. I don't know. I don't want to touch on. I don't want to say nothing else. I don't want to touch on. I don't want to say nothing else, man. I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, I think that's it. We got, look, time's running out. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Oh, what else? Am I missing anything? I'll just put this out there because I just want to get it off my chest. But there was Brian Windhorst. He's a columnist for ESPN. He's been columnist for a while, and he put out an article the other day about Kobe Bryant's shoes, his Nike shoes. Obviously, you know, Vanessa Bryant ended the deal with Nike. So look, there's no more Kobe's being made. And so if you're like a huge Kobe fan like me, and you're used to always getting the shoes, as you know, it's a huge inflation on the price of shoes if you can find them. I was just looking the other day for a pair of Kobe's that I was just like thinking, dang, I wish I could get those pairs. And I went on StockX and it was like $400 or $500. Just ridiculous though, right? But in this article, we talked about how even NBA players who love Kobe and that's the only shoes they want to wear, they're even going through a scarcity themselves because, like I said, Nike's not making them. So let's just say, for instance, you know, if Nike was making shoes, they'd be wearing a different pair of Kobe's every day, right? Which most NBA players do. They're always wearing a new pair of shoes. But they're saying now, because Nike's not making these shoes anymore, you got players wearing like these Kobe shoes 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just one time, one game, they're wearing the same pair of shoe 3, 4, 5 games because you can't find them anywhere. You just can't find these shoes anywhere. And yeah, I just found that to be so interesting. So yeah, you know you can't find these shoes anymore. And there's only like a select few players in the NBA who have like that exclusive access with Nike. And like maybe they have some stocked up shoes. Maybe Nike's under the table still making some. But they quoted that Devin Booker was quoted as saying he'll never run out of pair of Kobe. So I don't know what kind of vote he has. But and DeRozan kind of said similar the same thing. DeRozan was saying how before he used to give his shoes away after a game and like maybe put an autograph on them. And he was like, nope, not anymore. So yeah, I just had to bring that because that's how serious this shoe game with Kobe is these days. And yeah, like I'm like RP Mamba for sure. But yeah, I just found that to be interesting how you can't get Nikes anymore. I mean Kobe's, and even NBA players are bending over backwards try to get these shoes or preserve these shoes as long as they can, going to the length of wearing the same pair of shoe multiple times and for multiple games. So yeah, found that interesting, man. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Look, man, it felt good to be back. I missed you guys. I know you missed me. Is this thing on? I'm gonna upload this on YouTube, so you can check out the new background, or I'll just take a picture of it. You can see it on Instagram. Let's see what else. Yeah, like I said, make sure you follow the page so you can vote on the Sauce Madness. Make sure you follow the Start from Scratch podcast page so you guys can vote this tonight and tomorrow. So make sure you guys do that. Like I said, shout out to all you guys. Shout out to everyone listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, SoundCloud, whatever platform you're listening to. Listening from, I do appreciate you the most. Trying to see if I'm forgetting anything or if I'm leaving anything out. I'm always leaving something out. I just had these lists of things I rant about. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think that's it. I think that's it, man. I think that's it. And yeah, we'll check back in with you guys next week. Pod 156 out the. It's done. It's over with. Appreciate you guys listening. I'm out.